playing in Ántonia's big yard when I passed by. The mountain ash had been cut down, and only a sprouting stump was left of the tall Lombardy poplar that used to guard the gate. I hurried on. The rest of the morning I spent with Ántonia and them under a shady cottonwood tree in the yard behind the saloon. While I was having my midday dinner at the hotel, I met one of the old lawyers who was still in practice, and he took me up to his office and talked over the Cutter case with me. After that, I scarcely knew how to put the time before the night starts to steal. I took a long walk north of the town, out into a pasture where the land was so rough it had never been plowed up, and the long red grass in the early times still grew shaggy over the draws and hillocks. Out there, I felt at home again. Overhead, the sky was that indescribable blue of autumn, bright and shadowless, hard as an arrow. To the south, I could still see the dome-shaped river bluffs that used to look so big to me, and all about stretched the drying cornfield of that pale gold color I remembered so well. Russian thistles were blowing across the uplands and piling against the wire fences like barricades. Along the paths, the plumes of goldenrod were fading in the sun-warmed velvet, gray, with gold threads in it. I had escaped the curious depression that hangs over little towns, and my mind was full of pleasant things. Trips I might take with the Cusack boys out in the Badlands and up onto the sleeping water. There were enough Cusacks to play with for a long while yet, and even after the boys were all grown up, there'd always be Cusack himself. I meant to tramp along a couple miles away the streets of Cusack. As I wandered over those rough pastures, I had the good luck to stumble upon a bit of the first road leading out from Flat Rock, out to the North Country, to my grandfather's farm, and on to the Shimerdas, and then to the Norwegian settlement. Everything else had been plowed under when highways were surveyed. This half mile or so from the pasture fence was all that was left of that old road which used to run like a wild thing across the open prairies, clinging to high places, and doubling and circling like rabbits before the hound. On other lands, the tracks had almost disappeared, were mere shadings in the grass, and a stranger would have not noticed them. But wherever the road had crossed to draw, it was easy to find. The rains had made channels of wheel ruts, and had washed them so deep, the sod never filled over them. They looked like gashes torn by a grizzly's claw. On the slopes where the farm wagons used to lurch up out of the hollows with a pole that brought curling muscles onto the smooth hips of horses. I sat down and watched the haystacks turn rosy in the slanting sunlight. This had been the road which Ántonia and I came over that night we got off the train at Black Hawk. Wondering children, being taken where we knew not whither. I had only to close my eyes to hear the rumbling of the wagons in the dark, and to be overcome by that sense of obliterating strangeness. The feelings of that night were so near I could reach out and touch them with my hand. I had a sense of coming home to myself, and of having found out what a little circle man experience is. For Ántonia, and for me, this had been the road of destiny, had led us to those early accidents of fortune which predetermined for us all that we could ever be. Now, I understood that the same road would be bringing us back together again. Whatever we had missed, together, we possessed the precious, the incommunicable past. Thank you.